Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello. If you are returning back, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a pick a card reading all about the messages that your higher self is trying to bring in to you. So originally I was going to do a reading about the full moon that just passed us yesterday, which would have been on the 10th of July. But when I started shuffling, because I always shuffle my cards to clean them before I actually start the reading, I got the message to have a reading about our higher self, right? So for some of us, our higher self has been trying to give us a message that we're just not hearing, or we're afraid to take to listen to the message. This could have come through your dreams. You could have been sitting down in meditation and got a message from your higher self and it scared the shit out of you. And now you're a little bit afraid. So you're missing out on the messages that your higher self has for you. Okay. So I'm going to be tapping into the energy of all of our higher selves, including mine, just to see what messages that they have been trying to give you. Okay. Now, before we get started, as always, it is helpful if you are looking for something specific and you want to hear a message that is meant for you. I definitely say to set the intention that some word, phrase, color, whatever it is that you need to hear in order to know that this is your pile. I would definitely say to connect with your higher self for this, connect with your spirit guides as well, and ask them for a sign that this is your pile. One of my signs is, or an example is, when I'm listening to a love reading, ladybugs is my sign. So if I see a ladybug, then I know that, this reading is for me, even if it doesn't make sense, right? So I would definitely say set that intention as well. And then also, if you're looking to get more connected and hear the message, so not just be able to hear the sign, but the message itself, it's helpful that you tap into your own intuition. And one way that I prefer to do this is by going outside and putting my feet in the grass and or taking 3 mindful deep breaths. This just helps you get more in tune with your own intuition. So normally I inhale for 3 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. Normally when I do this, I am more grounded. I can feel my body as well, but also be willing and have my mind quiet enough so that I can hear the messages from spirit. Okay, so today we have 3 piles. So pile number 1 is hearts. Pile number 2 is music. Pile number 3 is tree of life. Now, originally I started recording this and I only had 2 piles, but then I was called to do a pile number 3. So I will make sure that the timestamps are in the description box below. Please go down and check it, and I will see you in your pile. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. So if you chose the hearts card, then this is your pile. So the first thing that stood out to me with this card is the broken heart here in the corner, right? But then I don't know if you can see it. There's also someone sitting on this broken heart. So one of the things, the message is coming through very clearly for me for pile number 1 is that you are suffering from a broken heart. And this doesn't have to be something that just recently happened. For some of you, this could have been like a year or 2 ago and you think you've moved on, but you're still sitting in the place of a broken heart, and there is something beautiful coming for you. There's a lot of love coming into your life, and it could be that you're in a place where you can't see this love that's coming in. So your higher self is coming in through this reading to say that you need to open yourself up to love, to forgive, because it doesn't mean to forget, right? To forgive those who hurt you. Now, this could be a relationship, this could be family, this could be friends, but somebody hurt you. Somebody broke your heart in some type of way, and you haven't quite healed, and you haven't been honest with the way that you have not healed. Some of you, this happened 16 years ago, 16 days, 16 months ago. Some of you, this is fresh. Some of you, this happened 16 days ago. Somebody broke your heart, but your higher self is basically trying to tell you that I can see where you go from here. And what path that you could be on potentially is a path of higher love, higher learning, and I'm hearing as well. So for some of you, this is about you healing a broken heart. Your higher self is coming through to say, to heal that which has not been broken. To heal that which has been broken. And I'm hearing, what is it from Tangle? Save what has been lost, bring back what once was mine. For some of you, you haven't gotten back your heart. You gave it to someone else, and you haven't quite taken back your power. And your higher self is coming through to say that you need to take back your power. You need to Ask for what it is that you want. And for some of you, you've been focusing on money, you've been focusing on riches, and you haven't stopped to focus on healing. You have not once asked spirit for healing. You have not once asked your higher self to help you through this particular situation. And your spirit guides and your higher self is coming through to say that there's something so much more beautiful on the other side of this healing, but you have to be willing to see it. And in order to see this healing, or the heart that has been mended that's on the other side, you have to let go of the things, or to heal yourself, you have to let go of this past hurt, call back your power. But also, like, I'm seeing the image of like a heart being sewn together. So I don't know if you're sewing something, I don't know if you like to sew, but I'm specifically seeing the image of a heart being sewn together. Okay, so let's get you some romance and love cards, since this is hearts that came out here. We have the X. Yep. Healing from past heartbreak takes time. Be patient with yourself. For some of you, this is about an ex relationship. You haven't quite healed and you haven't been able to move on, right? This person had a lot of charisma. It says love flows to you. You radiate charisma and karma. And charm. So for some of you, this is about your karma. You going through this situation with this particular ex is about you facing a specific karma that you needed to face. For some of you, your aura attracts a specific type of individual, and that charisma, for some of you, you don't even see it within yourself. That charisma that's in you, that love that's in you, people tend to gravitate toward, but there are a lot of people in your energy who don't deserve what you're giving, right? And spirit is saying sometimes we have to walk away and we have to isolate ourselves in order to heal, because even this person is isolated. But spirit is also saying in your isolation, right? Make sure that you're healing, because isolating for the sake of isolating is not going to help you or anyone else. Okay, let's get you. Okay, got another one. We have unseen. It says love can be blind. Ensure you are not overlooking red flags. So for some of you, the reason why you can't forgive yourself is because there were blaring red flags about this person, and you let it go, or you feel like you let it go unseen. For others of you, this is about you healing, and there is someone in your energy right now that you again, I'm getting chills. There's someone in your energy right now that you have not quite seen yet. But spirit is saying love can be blind. Like your higher self is saying, ensure that you're not overlooking people that is right in front of your face, right? Or right in your energy right now, okay? You may be even dreaming about this person, and maybe that's why they're in your energy, or you may be dreaming about a version of this new person that's coming in, and that's why spirit is saying it's unseen, because this person has her eyes closed. And it makes me think about dreaming, and then I've been having some weird dreams, so it makes me think that maybe you've been dreaming about this person, or the image that this person will bring into your life, because it's like I'm hearing the word sight unseen. Okay, then you have closure. It says not all connections are meant to be, except closure. Yep, you need to accept that this is a broken heart. What was supposed to be is, right? You need to let go and emerge, right? Because the butterfly was at the bottom deck of the energy, the bottom of the deck. So you could be letting go, and I think spirit is coming through to say that that's absolutely what you need to do. And then we have divine timing. It says, trust in divine timing. Love arrives when it's meant to. Yeah, for some of you, you want it now, right? You're still healing, but you want this love in your life right now. And spirit is saying everything happens with divine timing. And then we have long distance. It says, love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. So for some of you, this new love that's coming into your life may be at a distance from you. So you may meet this person out on a trip. You may, because I'm hearing girls trip. And it could be a guy's trip as well, but I'm specifically hearing girls trip. You could be going on a trip soon, and you're going to meet this person, this new person. That's maybe why spirit is trying to quote unquote help you heal now, help you have closure, and to let go the things or the people or the heartbreak that is no longer serving you, right? You felt your pain, you felt the problems or the situation that came with you having this broken heart, and now spirit is saying that there's something else that they want you to do. Okay, let's pull you. I'm going to pull you some of the Sensual Soul Oracle cards. Wow. It says, your touch thrills me. It says, you'll find it easier to attract what you desire when you aren't too loud about it. You don't have to be forward. Subtly will bring exactly what you're craving. Okay. So Spirit is saying be subtle about what it is that you want. Some of you, this is like I said, this is already in your energy. This person is already in your energy, but they're coming through to say that they are thrilled by you. Like they are like very attracted to you. And Spirit is saying, you know, that subtle energy that you have about yourself, thrive in that subtle energy. For some of you, this may be the equivalent of like your soft girl era, right? But you thrill this person, this is the new person. I'm not talking about that old person. This new person that's coming in, their energy is coming in to say that this person, their love language may be touch, because you have skin on skin. It says someone is craving skin to skin contact. They want to be as close as humanly possible with not even air between you. The energy here is all about intimacy and closeness. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, this person's love language is physical touch. They may touch you a lot. Okay, so keep that in mind when this person comes in. And then you have wear my t-shirt. It says someone finds you incredibly sexy and nothing more than a t-shirt. They may even be fantasizing about you wearing their clothes. Like I said, the dream. Of course, they're hoping you will soon be wearing much less. Yeah, so this person is definitely all up in your energy right now. And they're coming through to say that they're dreaming about you, and they're, you know, they want to touch you. Like it's almost like I'm hearing so close and yet so far away. That's what it feels like to them. Like, oh my God, you're so close, but I haven't been able to touch you. I haven't been able to feel you. And it's almost like your higher self is basically screaming right now that they want you to like really close your heart to an ex and open your heart up to something beautiful that's coming in for you. Don't, you know, base how you move with this new person on how things did or did not work out with the other person. And then we have cutting edge. It says slice through the obstacles and carve a path toward your dreams. So for some of you, to me, that carve, the cutting edge where it says carve a path toward your dreams, you're moving through the obstacles. And the obstacles for me is not having that closure, and you're about to get that closure, right? And for some of you, Spirit is saying you don't even need the closure. What you were going to get is what you got, right? And now you need to learn to heal your own heart. You need to mend those broken pieces. And they're not saying that you have to be fully healed for this before this person to come in. It just means that you need to be in a place where you're willing to accept them. And right now you're not, because you're sitting on like Lonely Heart Street and you're not able to see what's right in front of you. And then it says enjoy the journey, embrace each moment fully, staying open to new experiences and lessons along the way. So Spirit is saying that this person may not be all sunshine and roses, right? There is a journey here, but be open to the beauty of this journey, right? Be open and be willing to stop and smell the roses. Be willing to embrace this moment fully so that you can understand whatever lesson you're supposed to get out of this next relationship. And it doesn't feel like a karmic relationship to me. The Spirit is saying there is going to be a learning curve when you're in this relationship. It could be that this person is a mirror for you. And I'm getting chills in my back. They often mirror the things in you that you don't necessarily like, and it's because Spirit is asking you to change them. And then bottom deck energy is stop and reflect. It says pause in your journey to appreciate how far you've come and where you are headed. So for some of you, to me, this is just saying that right now you're on a different path, right? But there's nothing wrong with stopping and looking back and saying to yourself, like, God, that, you know, because sometimes we do that where we have those moments like, oh my God, what the fuck was I thinking dating this dude or being with this girl? Like we go back and we look, and sometimes it's nice to go back and reflect so that you can see where you came from, so that you can move forward to something that is more aligned with your energy. Okay, so we're going to get some goddess energy from this deck here. We have Ian, I think, card number 1, adaptability. Okay, can we get one more card, please, Spirit? Yeah, your higher self is asking you to be more adaptable, be more flexible, with your relationship. For some of you, this person may not necessarily be your traditional type. I'm getting that, and I think that's why that adaptability is coming through. And that also could be why if this person is already around you, you can't quite see them because they're not naturally your type. They're not somebody you would naturally pick, but I'm hearing you need to give them a chance. Okay, we have 2 cards, I think, that fell out, but I'll show you both. It has ambition and humor, okay? But I'm going to keep shuffling, okay? Yeah, this person may not necessarily be the type you normally choose. So let's say if you normally go for black men, this person might be white. If you normally go for Indian, this person may be Hispanic. I don't know. All right. And then we have Kali, liberation. Well, and then your bottom deck energy is Gaia, earth. So you're definitely birthing something new, because that's the first thing I heard. You're birthing something new. For some of you, you could be pregnant or want to get pregnant, and your guys are coming through to say that you will definitely get pregnant very soon. For some of you, for others of you in this relationship, you're going to get pregnant when you're with this person, because maybe you've been trying to be pregnant or get pregnant before and it hasn't worked, and it's because you weren't with the right person, right? But I do want to talk about this liberation card. Something about the way this person is going to love you is going to feel so freeing to you. It may be like nothing you've ever experienced before. It could be something that, like I said, they're not your normal type. They're not the person you would traditionally choose if you were looking for a partner. They are maybe somebody you thought could be like a good buddy or a good friend, but this person is going to shift your perspective of what you thought your type was, right? It's almost like you'll feel like you can learn to love someone of a different race or someone of a different religion, right? Because this person could be a completely different religion than you. And I will say this, if that is your non-negotiable, because people have non-negotiables, and if you feel like you cannot maneuver outside that's totally fine. Then this is not the person. Like, this person is going to come into your life. There may be some, like I said, sight unseen type situations in the beginning where you just see them as like a really cool friend or like a coworker or just somebody you know, or like you see them on TV or something like that, right? Because I'm also going to put this out there. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, leave it. This person has some type of following. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a social media influencer. They could be famous. They could be a football player, a basketball player. They could be a coach. They could be an actor or an actress, right? Something about their energy feels unattainable to you. That's what I'm getting. Like, it's almost like you're looking at them and you're like, but I could never, like they would never, right? And spirit is saying, your higher self is saying, but they actually will, and they actually can and will. Okay, so let's shuffle some of the tea leaf oracle deck. See if we get any additional messages. Okay, we have goldfish. It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. What did I say? This person is someone that you feel is unobtainable. And oftentimes those of us, what people call little people, right? We don't often feel like we're in the radar or the vicinity of people with that kind of power. But there is an increase in material wealth, and it could very well come through your relationship with this person. And then we have broken bridge. It says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So for some of you, this is your energy of feeling like, you know, hey, that sounds cute in theory, but like people like that wouldn't want people like me. And spirit is saying that it's not a problem for you to solve. You're looking for an outcome to something that is not even a real problem, right? It's a broken bridge. Let it go. Like, to me, I'm also hearing broken record. What will be, okay? Then we have inkpot. It says problems to be resolved. Yep, you feel like you need to resolve this problem. It's not a problem to be resolved. Spirit has already fixed this. Spirit has already put this in place. Now, for some of you, you are going through a problem that you need to resolve, and it has nothing to do with this relationship. I'm here because Spirit wanted me to say that as well. Some of you, there's a problem that you need to solve. And for some of you, this is about that broken heart thing that we talked about in the beginning. But for others of you, this could have something to do with your work, I'm hearing. This could also have something to do with family. And you keep feeling like you're the person who has to come in and save this person or this family member or this friend. And Spirit is saying there's an unsuccessful outcome to this problem. So stop trying to save everybody. Stop trying to be Captain Save a Ho. Okay. Then you have boat. It says money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. For some of you, you're about to come into some money. Okay, you're about to come into some money. And then we have funnel. It says period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Yeah, you may go through a period of, and that was your bottom deck energy as well. You may go through a period of whether you're not, quite sure how things are going to work out. And this funnel card also makes me think of this problem that you're trying to solve that is not yours to solve. For some of you, you are taking on something that is not even meant to be yours, but because it's family, because it's friends, because it's coworkers, you feel obligated to do so. And Spirit is saying if you do this, you're going to go through a period of frustration, and you're going to be taught a lesson, because this is not your problem to fix. Okay. Now, I do want to shuffle from the yes or no deck. This is just to see if, give you an opportunity to ask spirit something specific. I won't know what you're asking, of course, but I would definitely say to hold that question in your mind. And then I will shuffle the cards and we'll see what answers we get, okay? Spirit, can we get one card, please? Okay, this came out sideways, so it makes me think that it could be a yes or a no. So we're going to read the yes first. It says getting satisfaction, good times, happy ending. And then no, it says feeling run down, tired, rough time, too much. So I'm going to leave it sideways because that's how it came out. So for some of you that chose card 1, that spirit is basically saying it could go either way. This is up to you. So to me, this is a maybe. All right, so for card number 2, can we get a card for card number 2? Yes or no, please, spirit? Card number 2, yes or no? We have no. It says having blind spots. What you see isn't real. So for some of you, this feels like you're asking about somebody you're already with, or you're asking about a specific person, and spirit is saying you can't see the blind spots of this person. You can't see the blind spots of you needing to heal. Okay. So card number 3, can we get a yes or a no, please, spirit? Thank you. We have no. It says cracks in your facade, unsupported, drying up. And then bottom deck energy is no as well. So I would definitely say to whatever questions that you have, make sure you keep in the message the spirit just gave you in mind. So pile number 1, this is all of the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for taking out the time to stick with me all the way to the end. And I will see you next time in your next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the music card, number 24, then this is your pile. Now, before we get started, I did a reading, I think it was earlier this week, might have been Monday, on the 7/7 portal. And in one of those piles, music was talked about heavily. So if you have not listened to that reading, I would definitely say to check that out, because when I was pulling this card over here to put it on the deck or on the table, that reading came back to me, so that there might be a message in there for you. So the messages that I'm getting from this card is that your higher self speaks to you through music. Okay. And not just like the traditional like music, like songs and, classical music, or, sound bowl healing, just what we would consider traditional music. I would even go so far as to say that your higher self communicates with you through the wind, through the rain, like the sounds, the rhythm of the world itself, and you're not listening. For others of you, your higher self is coming through to say that you have a real career in music, whether this is writing music, whether this is singing, whether this is sound bowl healing. If you've been thinking about doing something specifically, like starting like maybe a side hustle or a career in singing, your guides are coming through to say, your higher self actually, and your guides are coming through to say that this is actually a good idea. Something about your voice or your words, they carry weight. I'm hearing that they carry the weight of your ancestors. So for some of you, music is, I'm hearing your way out. So I don't know if you're going through something right now and you don't see any way out. Music is going to be your way out, whether this is in the form of you singing, whether this is in the form of you listening to music and it takes you away from where you are, but it also gives you courage to do something more. And it's crazy that this is coming out because I'm being drawn back to yesterday. Because I also write books as well, and there's a particular scene that I was working on, and this particular scene, there's an individual who's going through a lot, right? And music was her way out. Music was how she came out of a broken heart. For some of you, could have just come from pile number 1, but music was how she came out of her broken heart. It was how she it was like a stairway to healing. It was how she started the healing process. So for some of you, your higher self is saying, if you're looking for a method for healing, music is going to be a great option for you. For others of you, you want to heal others through music, and your higher self is coming through to say, this is a great idea. Okay. So let's pull you some cards and see if we can get some additional messages for you. Okay. All right. Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for pile number 2? Okay. We have sunshine. It says light, passion, illumination, motivation, don't dim. So for some of you, you've been dimming your light. For others, you could also be a fire sign. Also, music could be your passion because it has light, passion, illumination, motivation. So music could actually be your passion. It could be something that you're passionate about. And you may not tell a lot of people about this passion. And you could also be in a situation where you're having, or you feel like you have to dim your light so that other people can shine. And your higher self is coming through to say that there is more than enough room for you to do exactly what it is that you want to do. Because for some of you, this is your passion. This is how you express yourself in the world. And your higher self is coming through to say that there's a lot of love, money, prosperity, and abundance in doing this. Okay. Some of you may have been told that your voice is powerful, that, you know, you can, and I just heard heal the sick. That's not what I was going for. But for some of you, you could have been told you can heal the sick through your voice. I am not a medical profession, okay? But for some of you, you may have been told that you can heal on a deeper soul level through your voice. If that's something that you've been told, or you've heard this before, your higher self is coming through to say that that is absolutely true. Okay. Then we have feel emotions. It says understand emotions, inner guidance, validate self. For some of you, and we talked about this earlier with the music card, that some of you, this is how you're going to heal. The music is how you're going to heal, how you're going to get into your emotions, how you're truly going to feel the things that you need to feel. Even this card is number 5, which to me talks about change. It talks about rebirth as well. So for some of you, you're going through a very emotional time and you're not sure how you can get through this, and music is going to be your way out. Music is how you're going to be able to get through this difficult time. Okay. And then we have awareness. It says, key to healing, notice patterns and illusions, pause. So like I said, for some of you, this is about you healing not just yourself, but others. This is about you taking that scary step. Because for some of you, you may be, you may have stage fright, and that is why you don't sing. That is why you don't put your work out there. Because this doesn't necessarily have to be music. For a lot of you, this is about music. Okay. And the fact that this, I don't know why, but this symbolism right here makes me think of Egyptian like artifacts and things like that. And that reading that I did on the 7/7 portal, the goddess Isis came through as well. So definitely check out that reading. There's definitely probably some messages there for you. Okay. Bottom deck energy is for expression. It says, look at this, fine voice, bottled up, emotions communicate. So for some of you, you need to communicate your emotions. You need to let yourself be free. And some of you definitely resonate with being a fire sign, whether this is sun, moon, rising, or Venus. You're some type of fire sign, because you got the fire sign here twice. And then you got her look like she's literally breathing fire. So for some of you, you need to be more expressive. You need to put yourself out there, express your emotions. And for some of you, you're going to be able to do that through music. Okay, let's get some cards from this deck. Spirit, can we get some cards for card number 2? We have gift. It says you will discover new talents that will lead to new opportunities. So for some of you, this is your gift. I'm going to cover this up a little bit because I don't want YouTube to be YouTube. Your ability to sing, your ability to communicate through music is a gift. And it's like your higher self is trying to communicate this to you through music. So, you know, there's a saying, use it or lose it. Okay. Use this gift that's been given to you. If you feel like you've been given the voice to sing, sing. If you feel like you've been given the ability to compose beautiful music or write beautiful music, do it. Okay. Then we have wisdom. It says insight into the nature of physical objects gives you foresight. So for some of you, your music is your way of meditation. Like some people can sit in a quiet place and they have the deepest meditation. Some people can write and they have the deepest meditation. For you, music is where you're going to find your most wisdom. It's where you're going to get foresight into things that are coming, right? And you know, maybe you shuffle your playlist and a song comes on and it's specifically around something that you may be dealing with, and then how you get through that. Okay, let's get you 2 more cards, please, for pile number 2, please. We have many choices. It says opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All road leads to more. So for some of you, you've already had many opportunities to do this. And I guess that's why the message of use it or lose it is coming through as well. Spirit is saying you have the choice to do other things, but this music path is really something that is beautiful for you. This is really something that is going to set you apart. It's going to set you apart from other people. And it is also how you tap into your higher self. It is also like your higher self is coming through to say, that's how you connect with me. That's how we have a conversation. That's how you get to where I'm at. Music is your way forward. Think of like music as a stairway. Think of music as like a ladder, like a cheat code, so to speak, to getting in touch with your higher self. Okay. Then we have celebration. It says kick off the party activities and have a great time. So for some of you, you need to celebrate your wins. You've forgotten to do that. For some of you, music is how you celebrate. You may love to go out dancing. You may love to do karaoke night. Your higher self is coming through to say to let that inner child out that is within you. Because when you were a kid, maybe you loved singing, and maybe, you know, along the way, someone made you feel bad for loving to sing, but it's coming back around again. Okay. So celebrate yourself. And then look at this. We have fruits of labor. So for some of you, I'm getting like a side message here that you have put something out into the universe and it is about to come to fruition because you got fruits of your labor. It's time to reap the fruits. It's time to reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. So for some of you, through music, that's how you're going to become your version of rich, right? So it doesn't have to be monetary related. If it is, and Spirit is definitely coming through to say that it's going to happen. But you have the opportunity to really do something beautiful with your life while still being able to take care of yourself, while still being able to, you know, not skimp on your passion, to make money from your passion. Like there are so many people who wish that they can make money from their passion, who would love to quit their 9-to-5 and just do what they're the most passionate about, and they're not able to do that, right? So for some of you, for those of you that put yourself out there, you're definitely about to reap the benefits. And it could be you're feeling discouraged, and that may be why this message is coming through. You could be feeling discouraged because you've already put yourself out there and it's been a while and you haven't seen any results. And Spirit is saying it's all about divine timing, right? And now that the fruit has grown and it's matured, it's now time to reap the benefits. It's now time to get that harvest, okay? You may also start to see apples, specifically golden apples, around the time when you're getting ready to harvest this. Okay. So we got 2 cards here. We have, I think this is Hecate, the in-between. And then we have Persephone in experience. Okay. Bottom deck energy is Yihi or Yahi. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. The sun. Okay. So the first thing I got with this in-between card is that you may be in between jobs. I'm hearing you may be, and that could be why you're stressed out right now. You could be in between trying to figure out if you're going to do one thing or the other. The goddess Hecate could be calling out to you as well, but it feels like you're in the between where you don't really quite know which way you should go, and your higher self is coming through to say that when you get into these places where you're confused, when you get into these places where you're not quite sure where to go to music. Music is always going to be your go-to. It is always going to be your connection to your higher self and to spirit. Okay. Then we have Persephone and experience. So you may feel inexperienced. Maybe your version of singing is something you love, but it makes you sound unexperienced, or other people may assume that you're unexperienced because of the way you sound. And Spirit is saying, even in your naivete and even in your just starting out and your beginning, there's something beautiful in just taking that first step. And then for your bottom energy to be the sun, Spirit is saying that this is going to work out in your favor, right? This is something that is definitely meant for you to do. It is all up in your energy. This could also be something that's been passed down through your bloodline that you're unaware of. That music, that ability to sing, that ability to move people with words and with sound. Okay. Let's get some meditation cards. Get 2 cards, please. Can I get 2 cards, please, from this deck? Meditation cards that pile number 2 needs to hear right now. Way too many. We'll keep shuffling. Okay. Release attachments. Wow. It says release the grip on what no longer serves you, allowing emotional wounds to mend and finding freedom and detachment. So for some of you, this feels like your higher self is asking you to detach from an outcome. Maybe you want to do something with music, especially for us to get the inexperienced card, and then your next card is release attachment. So your higher self is coming through to say release attachment to how you think this is going to turn out, how you think it's going to be, because it's designed to be authentic, right? You're going to get the most out of this when you are the most authentic, when you wear your heart on your sleeve, so to speak. And I've been drawn to this feel emotions card. When you're singing, something about the songs that you sing need to truly resonate with you. And what I mean by that is that if you're singing something that you can actually feel, like the words resonate with you, it is going to come out when you open your mouth, right? So release attachments on, oh, it's not perfect, or, I might put this out and nobody's going to appreciate this sound. I promise you, if your guides and your higher self is asking you to do this, there is somebody out there waiting to hear what you need to put out. And I just saw 1414, okay? So something may happen on the 14th of our month or this month. Let's get one more card, please, Spirit. That's way too many. We'll keep shuffling. Can we get one card, please, on a bottom deck energy for pile number 2? Anything else that they need to hear? Embrace solitude. It says, as you engage with your thoughts and feelings, in solitude, you embark on a journey of self-acceptance and personal evolution. Yeah. So for some of you, this is going to start out with you just being by yourself, with you understanding the benefits of being alone, the benefits of solitude. And I'm hearing, who's it? Billie Holiday, In My Solitude. So that song, I don't know if that's something you recently listened to or if that song has a message for you, but I would definitely say take a listen. But for some of you, and to me, this solitude is also talking about quieting the noise, right? Letting the naysayers, the voices that are telling you that you're not going to do a good job, or that is, it's not going to turn out the way you want it to turn out. People are going to listen to this and they're just going to think it's straight trash. That solitude is asking you to quiet the noise and let people do what they're going to do. Because if you don't do it, people are going to talk. If you do it, people are going to talk. So you might as well do something that you enjoy. Okay. Bottom deck energy. Oh, this came out again. Embody gratitude. It said embodying gratitude helps you to explore life with curiosity and open-heartedness, enabling you to evolve and expand your horizons. So be grateful for the gift that Spirit has given you, because a lot of times we feel burdened by certain things. Like some people, you hear them talk about their gift and they say it's a curse, right? Spirit is asking you to embody the energy of gratitude. Your higher self is saying that the more grateful you are, the better at this you will be. And I don't mean like your voice itself. I mean better at your attitude toward how you move throughout this career. Because to me, this feels like a full-time career. So if you're working a 9-to-5 job and you are trying to get into this, your higher self is coming through to say, right on, you are absolutely on the right track. Okay. So we're going to pull from the yes and no deck. I did this for pile number 1, so I'll do it for you as well, just to see if Spirit can give you any messages. So we're going to pull 3 cards, and I'll pull a card for each one. I would definitely say to hold the question in your head if you have it. If not, pause the video, figure out the question that you want to ask Spirit, and then come back. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. Can we get a card for pile 1, I guess you could say, or card number 1? Yes or no, Spirit? Card number 1, yes or no? So we have no, and that came out fast. It says stuck inside your head, brain freeze, overthink it. Yeah, some of you, you're overthinking this. You are overthinking this, and your higher self and Spirit is coming through to say to let it go. Stop being stuck in your head and release it. Okay. Can we get a card for 2? 1 card for card 2, please. 1 card for card 2. We have no. This came out in pile number 1 as well. It says cracks in your facade, unsupported, drying up. For some of you, you want to do it a certain way, you want to bring your music out in a certain way, and Spirit is saying no. There is something about you needing to be authentic. What you're trying to bring, what you're trying to put out there is dry and is unappealing, and not because you're not doing the right thing, but for some of you this is simply about you trying to cut corners. This is about you not being honest about what it is that you actually want to do. And you're saying, well, what if I do this and what if I do that? Spirit is saying no, because what you're putting out is going to be unsupported because it's not authentic to you. Okay. And let's get in. Like I said, if that message doesn't resonate for you, you ask something completely different, then you'll know. Okay. And then can we get a card for card 3, please? Yes or no, please, Spirit. Card 3. Oh, that was way too many cards. So we're going to keep shuffling. One card, yes or no, for card 3. Okay, we have yes. It says glowing results, clarity, seeing the whole picture. So for some of you, you may have adjusted your question and asked it a different way, because something about this, that clarity word makes me feel like, yes, now that you're putting it, or like it's like Spirit is saying, now that you phrase it this way, then the answer is yes. Okay, so pile number 2, this is all of the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me all the way to the end, and I will see you next time in your next one. Bye. Hello, if you chose the Tree of Life card, pile number 3, then this is your reading. So the first thing I got when I picked up this card was the story of Adam and Eve and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay, is the first thing I got when I peeled up this card. So for some of you, your higher self is trying to wake you up to the truth. There is a truth that you're unwilling to see. There is something that it could have been staring you in the face, and you've been unwilling, or unwilling to accept that it's true, or unwilling to receive it, because maybe it may mean that your friends are no longer your friends, or your spouse is no longer your spouse, or you're no longer able to go to that job that you thought you wanted, or to live in this place that you wanted to live, or you're gonna have to give up this thing that you didn't think you wanted to give up, right? There is knowledge that is being given to your higher self, is asking you to listen to the truth, but also accept it for what it is. Now, for some of you, you've been giving little small inklings of what this truth is, and you have had the chance to adjust, right, to get yourself prepared. But for some of you, you have been blatantly ignoring this truth, right? So much so that you have pretended you're blind. You're Stevie Wonder. That's what you're doing. You're pretending that you're Stevie Wonder and you can't see, okay? And your higher self is coming through to say that we are granting you the knowledge of good and evil. We are granting you the knowledge of something that is quite huge and quite life-changing. Because even if you look at the light, this if you saw this, if you went somewhere and you saw this, it would be awe-inspiring for you. It would feel big, something like it's outside of yourself. So for some of you, this is a truth, and possibly unwanted truth, that is coming to life, or coming to light, not life. For some of you, this could be about life itself. So, think of like someone is pregnant and you find out that this person is actually, pregnant, right? And it's not, you would have never thought that you would be having that conversation right now, that this person is pregnant. Okay. So I would also say for others of you, this tree of life, for some of you, you've been running from your psychic gift, okay? Because the knowledge of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil always makes me, not always, but sometimes it makes me think of psychic abilities, having the ability to see beyond what's right in front of you, right? So for some of you, you have been running, right? Okay, you have been running away from your psychic abilities, okay? Some of you have been running, you and your psychic abilities have been running, but you've been running faster, okay? You have been outrunning your psychic abilities. But I am here to tell you that they are about to catch up with you in the loudest way possible. you won't be able to avoid them. And it's almost like your spirit guides, your higher self has been trying to warn you, hey, this is coming. Hey, you may have even been dreaming that you've been talking to people on the other side. You may have been dreaming that people, they pass away right in front of you, but then in 2 seconds later, you're talking to them, right? Or you may have been dreaming that you are a guide for those who are moving from one life to the next, right? But you have been denying this gift. And I don't know if somebody made you feel like you're not special enough or you're not, great enough to have a gift like this, but you've been running from them. You've been hiding from them, and you can't hide anymore. Okay? So let's pull you a couple of cards. See what messages come out for you, okay? Okay, higher self. Can we get some cards for pile number 1? This is interesting. You have the 6th chakra Archangel Metatron, and look at that third eye right there. So for some of you, your third eye is definitely coming open. Archangel Metatron may be around you, or you may have seen some signs of Archangel Metatron that you've been ignoring, or you dreamed something about Archangel Metatron, or you dreamed that you were in the Akashic Records. This could also be a sign as well. Then we have carrying connections. For some of you, this is about something, you're about to learn something about someone you're in a connection with, someone that you have been connected to for quite some time. This does not have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a friend. And this could be something like you discovering that this person that you have always seen as a friend have always loved you. They've always harbored a crush for you, something like that, right? But there is some truth for sure about to be revealed for pile number 3. And then we have anxiety. So some of you, you're anxious because you probably heard this and said to yourself, like, I knew this was coming. Like, and you're like, you're anxious about it. And your higher self is saying you don't need to be. Right? There's no need to be anxious. Then we have 2nd chakra, Archangel Ariel, and then bottom deck energy is walking away. Okay. So for some of you, this truth that's being revealed means that you need to walk away from something, someone, some place, some person, something. And there's an attachment there. There's an attachment there that you're unwilling to let go of. So you've been turning a blind eye to so much that has been happening around you, so much that you've been feeling, you've been dreaming about this. For some of you, it went from you feeling it or someone saying it or you hearing it in a song to you started dreaming about it, right? It's been popping up for you in dreams. You've been listening to tarot readings. You've been listening to oracle readings, and it's been popping up there. And you've still been saying to yourself, maybe this message is for somebody else. And it's your spirit guides or your higher self at this point has had enough, right? This is coming to you whether you want it or not, because it's part of your destiny, right? It is time for you to open your eyes, okay? So then I'm going to read this from the book. So we have the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So it says clarity of thought, personal vision. It says the very powerful Archangel Metatron brings brilliant indigo vibrations to the brow chakra or third eye, which is the center devoted to insight and clear thought. When this card appears upright, it indicates a much greater clarity in your thought process. What did I say? And expanded perspective toward broader horizons. It is something you're getting a chance to see something outside of yourself, something outside of what's right in front of you. You may also start to see feathers as well, or see like videos of feathers or something like that. It says some new perceptions are taking hold and the clouds of confusions are clearing. In some ways, the clouds could be a new beginning, for you're on the way to developing a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. What did I say? This is not just about your psychic abilities, but it's also about seeing what's right in front of you that you haven't been, opened yourself up to be willing to see. It says, now it's time to focus on your personal vision. What do you want your life to look like in the years ahead? Create a clear picture of that and support it with your daily thoughts. The insight you need to create a vibrant life is available to you now. So to me, that coming through of it being available to you now is your higher self coming through to say that you already have the power, right? You already have these insights. You just need to be willing to tap into them. You need to be willing to let go of this anxiety, let go of things that no longer serve you, especially for your bottom deck energy to be walk away, right? Because actually I was only going to get 4 cards and I just felt called to shuffle, which is why I'm going to read this card as well. I felt called to shuffle and get this one. And I saw the walk away card earlier. And if I had stopped where I was, this would not have been your bottom deck energy. So for this to end up being your bottom deck energy and this card to talk about that, like this new beginning, I think it is so, like, it's just in alignment with what your higher self is trying to tell you right now. Okay, we're gonna read this one. Card number 36, second chakra, Archangel Ariel, talks about intimacy and creativity. It says the second chakra vibrates in the energy of the beautiful angel Ariel. She sends a bright orange energy promoting inspired creativity and great comfort with intimacy. When this card appears upright, it's urging you to get creative. Let yourself reach out into unexplored areas of self-expression and new projects that may have a more creative approach. For some of you, this is about you starting all over. This is new. Like, think of like a tree being birthed out of the ground. You are starting all over. This is new. It has new beginnings written all over it. It says this is also a time when the energies of closeness with others and nurturing yourself can flow more freely. You can now open yourself to the emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. Emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. It says, so nurture yourself and be ready to receive the affection and camaraderie of the resonant souls around you. Yes, to me, for it to say the resonant souls around you, what did I say? In your dreams, you could have been seeing those who have passed on. You could have been, you could have seen them in one moment, and then in the next, you're guiding them down a long stretch, a long path or something like that with scorpions at your feet. I don't know. Like, it could be a lot that is happening for you in your dreams, and you haven't really been willing to accept this, and now your guides are coming through to say, and your higher self actually is coming through to say that this is happening, whether you choose to accept it or not, because this is part of your destiny, right? Okay, let's get you a couple of cards from the Goddess Power deck. We have Oshun, generosity. Wow. Okay, let's get one more card and then the bottom deck energy, please. Yeah, because this gift is not just meant for you. It's meant for you to share. Also, the goddess Oshun could be reaching out to you. Make sure you go through the proper channels, but the goddess Oshun could definitely be reaching out to you. I'm going to keep shuffling, but both of these came out. We have Great Goodness, Sacred Unity, and Sophia, Divine Wisdom, but we're going to keep shuffling. We'll get one more card, please, and then the bottom deck energy. Saraswati, Mysteries. Okay. Okay, that was a flyer. We have Yukiona, Stillness. Okay. And then, wow. And then your bottom deck energy is Ellen of the Ways, Patterns. Okay. Put that under there so you can see it. Okay, so your gift, we have Oshun, generosity here. Your gift is not just meant for you. Also, the number 4 could be very significant for your life, because we have 40, 14, 41 here. So that could definitely be significant for your life. You may start to see the number 4 a lot. But the generosity of your gift is not just meant for just you, which is why it's time for you to come out of your cocoon, which is why it's time for you to be willing to give this to not just yourself, but to others. And then you have stillness. So for some of you, you're going to find peace in meditation and in stillness when you get to a place where you're not quite sure how to go or how to deal with it. Because for some of you, you're going to continue to fight this. Even after hearing this message, you're going to continue to fight this. And this gift may hit you like a ton of bricks. And when you're in that moment where you're not quite sure of how to move, how to deal, your higher self is coming through to say that stillness is where you're going to thrive. Being still, being willing to listen, being open to what is coming in for you. Okay, so keep this in mind while you're doing this. keep that stillness in mind as well. And then you have Ellen of the Ways patterns. So you may start to see different patterns. You may see them in the form of numbers like 444, 333, 222. You're going to start to see patterns, but you may also see patterns in your life start to form. And this could also be in your dream. So I definitely say, if you do not right now, please keep a dream journal, because you might have to go back to those dreams, and then you'll maybe start to see a pattern and the messages that are coming through for you in those dreams. Okay, we're going to do the clarifying life situations. Let's pull from this deck, see if we can get any additional messages for pile number 3. And it's crazy because I was not going to do a pile of 3, but it was definitely meant to come out, right? Let's get you some cards. Any messages? Thank you. We have create a new identity. Wow, create a new identity. It said embrace change and rediscover yourself, crafting a narrative aligned with your true essence. So for some of you, like we talked about, that newness is coming in for you. We talked about things changing. This is just confirmation of that. This is confirmation of you moving forward into the truest form of yourself, right? You've been hiding your light. I'm literally hearing you've been living under a bushel, right? You've been hiding your light and not letting it shine, and you're no longer allowed to do that. Then we have web of connection. It says weave your connections thoroughly, creating a supportive web that uplifts your personal and professional journeys. To me, this is about you contacting your higher self, but also your spirit guides, because they are here to help you. Your ancestors as well. Could be guides on the other side who are here to help you through this particularly difficult time if you don't embrace what's already there. And then we have take precautions. It says remain vigilant and receptive, learning from each revelation as you navigate life's journey. So take precaution, right? You got rough road ahead, because some of you, even though you're hearing this, you are still gonna fight it. For some of you, you're just determined to fight this. So Spirit is saying, if you're going to fight it, please take precaution, right? Please prepare yourself, because this is coming. This is not a, hey, turn around and go the other way. Nope. Take precaution, put your armor on, start veiling, start covering yourself, because if, what I mentioned about seeing those on the other side, they may all of a sudden just start popping up in your energy and you cannot explain it why, and you may think you're going crazy. So maybe start meditating now. Maybe start veiling if that's something that you're interested in. Head coverings as well. I always suggest veiling because I think it is a protection of your own energy, but to each his own. But I would definitely say start taking precaution, because it's almost like your higher self is coming through to say that even if you're going to fight this, do something, have some type of protective measures in place. Start praying over your space, start praying over your life, your children, whatever it is. Start putting those precautions in place, because this is coming. Okay, let's get you some general messages. We have older man. It says dealings or relationship with an older man. So for some of you, you could be that could be the first that could be the first person that you see, an older man. If you do have the gift of mediumship where you can, talk to those on the other side, you may see an older man. For some of you, your first client could be an older man if you have the gift of like being a psychic. For others of you, there is an older man in your life that you need to release connections from. Okay, that's too many. We'll keep shuffling. Yeah, for some of you, this is definitely, pile number 3 is definitely the spiritual pile today. Then we have May. So for some of you, this could have started in May, and it's coming full circle now, which was only a month and a half ago. Let's keep shuffling. Well, technically it's 2 months ago because we're in July. Okay, let's keep shuffling. Okay, we have fire. It says strong emotion, passionate, love or hate. So for some of you, you may have a strong passion, love or hate, like a love or hate relationship with this gift that's coming in. And I would definitely tell you to I don't want to say temper your fire, but learn to work with it. Okay. We have cobweb. It said protect from negative forces beyond your control. What did I say? Protection. Protect yourself from things that, because you can't stop this, right? There is no stopping what's coming. So if you're not going to heed and take warning, the least you can do is protect yourself from forces unseen, because I think there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about when the children of God came to present themselves, the devil came also. When spirits, right, if you are the type of person who can connect with the other side, when spirits around come who why I can't talk, they want to actually get help. There are also those who come just to be an asshole and be a nuisance. So protect yourself. Okay, let's get some other cards. Okay, we have tulip. It says great passion. So for some of you, this will turn out to be a great passion of yours. For some of you, you're hearing this message and you're excited because it is something that you may have wanted to do. For others of you, your excitement has not quite met it there yet. And this, in the future, it'll be a great passion of yours when you see how you can help people on the other side, not just people, those here in the living world, in the 3D realm. When you see that you can help so many people, I think you're really going to have a great passion for it. Then we have ear, good news. So for some of you, good news is going to be coming in. For others of you, you may be clairaudient, and that may be how your gift gets started. We're going to get one more card in the bottom deck energy. Was that one? Yes, that's one. Okay, we have mountain. It says major change. Major challenge to overcome. Yeah, for some of you, this is definitely going to be a challenge. And then your bottom deck energy is birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So for some of you, this new thing that's coming in for you, it is a rebirth. It is going to be something you are not quite familiar with, that you have no experience with, and it's going to be relatively new, but you got this. For others of you, this is about you finding out about someone being pregnant. I think I said that before. You could be finding out about someone being pregnant, someone you did not expect to be pregnant. So keep an eye out for that. Let's get you some meditation cards. I'm going to shuffle these because I think I used these before. Give me 1 second. Oops, that did not shuffle correctly. That's better. Okay, can we get 2 meditative message cards, please, for pile number 3? Pile number 3, I like your pile. We have trust divine timing. Didn't I say that? I thought I said that. Trust divine timing. It says release the grip of impatience and worry. Find solace in the belief that the universe orchestrates events for your highest good. Yeah, divine timing is at play here. And then look at that. Will you look at this crap? There's a tree here with a light right there. And look at this. Look at this. Confirmation. Just confirmation that now is the time. Now is the time, pile number 3, even if you don't want it to be. Now is the time. Can we get one other card, please, Spirit, for pile number 3? For stubborn pile number 3. And we have empower others. What did I say? This gift is not just about you. It is for the betterment of yourself, but also others. It says when you uplift and support those around you, you create an environment of emotional healing within yourself. Wow. Bottom deck energy is discover purpose. It says this practice allows you to shed layers of uncertainty and doubt, revealing a sense of direction that can provide solace and clarity. Listen, pile number 3, you have so much that's going. You're literally about to discover your purpose. You're about to discover what you're here, what part of what you're here to do. And I'm telling you, take it in stride. Take it in stride, okay? So we're going to shuffle from the yes or no deck as well. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards. So I actually choose card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Hold a question, whatever question you want to ask Spirit, hold that in your mind, and we will pull some cards for you, okay? If you feel like you need to pause the video to get a question, feel free to do that. If you're not interested in this part, then you can click off the video, okay? All right, card number 1. Can we get a card, please? Yes or no, please, Spirit? Card number 1. Oh, that's too many cards. We'll keep going. 1 card, please, for card number 1. we have yes. It says hot opportunity, fired up, burning desires fulfilled. So if you're asking about, whatever your question was, there's something about an opportunity coming. Spirit is saying yes, okay? For number 2, can we get a card for number 2, please? Those who chose card number 2. Can we get a card, please? Yeah, there's definitely new opportunities for whoever chose 1. And then we have yes for 2. It says right for the picking. Perfect timing. Get ready. For some of you, I feel like you asked, is this really about me? Like, you even now you're still fighting it. You're like, are you sure? Spirit is like, yeah, you might as well prepare yourself. Like, let it go, sis. All right. And then we have 3. Can we get 1 for 3, please? We have no. It says burning through money, poor investment, broke. So for some of you, be careful with your money. I'm hearing don't spend it all in one place. So some of you, I think some of you could be coming into a windfall of money. For me to get that phrase, don't spend it all in one place. So be careful. You may be coming into quite a bit of money. Okay. For others of you, be careful with your spending habits. Take precaution with how much you're spending. There may be something coming up that you need to save for. Okay. So pile number 3, this was a long one, but thank you so much for sticking it out with me all the way to the end. And I will see you next time in your next pile. Bye.